Every family has one. The odd one out, the nonconformist, maybe a felon, the one who always seems to miss the memo on the dress code or shows up late for dinner or is always dating the wrong partner. We call them the black sheep of the family. It's a badge of honor for some, it's a mark of shame for others, but we use this phrase constantly to describe misfits, rebels, or just the disappointing sibling. But have you ever stopped to wonder why? Why are black sheep specifically singled out as the symbol of the outcast? Why not the purple goat or a turquoise chicken? Today, we're shearing away the layers of time to reveal the bizarre, commercially fueled, and genetically accidental backstory of this everyday phrase. Welcome back to Phrases Explained. Now, as always, before we get to the how, let's make sure we agree on the what. Specifically, let's get ourselves a definition here. In modern English, black sheep almost exclusively refers to a person within a group, often a family, who is seen as a deviant or the less successful one than the rest. It's synonymous with a misfit, an outcast, or the less polite term would be the disappointment. If your siblings are all lawyers and you are a professional unicyclist, congratulations, you may or may not be the black sheep. I'm gonna lean towards you're probably the black sheep. But here is the fascinating thing. For most of human history, the black sheep wasn't a metaphor. It was actually a super serious problem, and it all started with a simple twist of genetics. In order to arrive at the origin of black sheep as a phrase, we must begin with the science. Most domestic sheep are white. We know this, right? This isn't a coincidence though. Over thousands of years, humans selectively bred them to be white. We'll get into why in the next section, but the dominant gene for color in sheep is white. That's what you need to know. However, nature sure does love a surprise every now and then. Black wool is real, and it's caused by a recessive gene. This means a perfectly white ram and a white ewe can both carry the recessive gene for blackness without showing it. If both parents pass down this recessive gene, presto, black offspring. The ancient shepherds, though, this wasn't science. It was a mystery. Remember, they didn't know about genetics. A black lamb or a black sheep would arrive unexpectedly, standing out dramatically against the snowy little flock. It was the original odd one out, born to be different without anyone meaning for it to be. The heart of the black sheep problem, though, was not cosmetic. It was commercial. The entire wool industry was built around one critical requirement: the ability to dye the fabric. If you have white wool, you can dye it royal purple or scarlet red or sky blue. But if you have naturally black wool, your options are limited. You can have black. Yeah, like that's it. Black wool cannot be commercially dyed to another color. This made it essentially worthless to large-scale textile manufacturers. In the 18th and 19th century in England, a black sheep in your flock didn't mean you had a cool, unique animal. It meant you had a financial loss. It was an animal that cost money to feed, to shear, to house, but it produced a product no one wanted to buy. And this is where the negative connotation began. The black sheep was the unproductive member of the group, the one that stood out, yes, but also the one that brought down the collective value of the whole herd. And even without these economic issues with black sheep, there was actually a deeper cultural reason that black sheep were a big problem. As we all know, us humans, we are superstitious creatures. If something is unwanted or mysterious, we tend to invent scary stories about it. That's just what we do. And by the 16th and 17th centuries, the commercial dislike of black sheep had fused with the spiritual superstition around the color black. The color black has long been associated with darkness, the unknown, and in many Western cultures, absolute evil. A black sheep appearing randomly within a flock was sometimes seen as carrying the mark of the devil, like everybody was cursed all of a sudden or something. In some regions, there were even folktales that if the first sheep born in the season was black, the entire farm would face hardship. It wasn't just useless, it was a bad omen. So how did this commercial and superstitious anxiety transfer to people and become the phrase we know and love today? Well, the shift started to happen somewhere between the late 16th and early 18th century. The earliest recorded uses of the phrase often appeared in religious or moral treatises, and I think you can kind of understand why. In 1640, for example, a Puritan minister named Thomas Shepard, who had emigrated to America, wrote about casting out, quote, all the profane people among us, which the scripture brands as black sheep, end quote. By the 18th century, black sheep was being widely used to describe a person of bad character, particularly within a group. It was perfect. It implied that they were different, they were unwanted, and inherently flawed, just like the superstition, and that they brought down the reputation or value of the group, like the commercial element. And for an agrarian, rural culture like they had at the time, this was the perfect metaphor. The phrase is actually so embedded in our language that it even stars in one of our oldest nursery rhymes. You know the stuff that every kid knows? Well, every kid knows Bob Bob Black Sheep. It was first published around 1744. It's ancient. And in the rhyme, the black sheep isn't necessarily evil, but it is isolated, giving its wool away to the master, the dame, and the little boy, but keeping none of its own. But language evolves, of course. In the 20th and 21st century, the tone of black sheep has actually shifted. For many, it's no longer a mark of shame. In a world that values authenticity and nonconformity, being the black sheep can actually be a badge of honor. It means you have the courage to stand out from the flock. It means that you refuse to be dyed royal purple just because everyone else was. So the next time someone calls you the black sheep of the family, just remember this origin. You are a genetic surprise, you are commercially undyeable, and historically you are mysterious. You aren't just a misfit, you are the original rebel of your family's pasture. Thanks for watching this episode of Phrases Explained. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, if you have a word or phrase that you'd like to see me uncover the backstory of, leave it in the comments below. Keep standing out, friends. We'll see you next time.